I feel like you have to go into everything with a critical eye.
I have friends who I know are like very knowledgeable about certain subjects, so when they're like, hey, you should read this Slate article, I understand that they probably think that it presents a good view of whatever the subject happens to be. And it also helps that I know what my friends' biases are, so I can be prepared for that.
How do you know what to trust on Reddit?
What to trust? Well, a lot of the links will be posted from news sources. So whatever subjects or fields interest me, there are a lot of links posted, and I guess there are a lot of knowledgeable people on there who talk about stuff.
I think just your intuition, and if anything, you can ask others and find other credible sources. Or maybe just find the primary source if that's an issue.
Definitely knowing where your source material is coming from. For example, knowing that a source like Wikipedia can be edited by a whole number of sources. Anything done by a government website is more likely to be kind of a little bit more secure, as well as finding out anything from a peer-reviewed source. So knowing that when you just Google something, that not every source is going to be totally trustworthy.
It's pretty tough, actually, because there's a lot of stuff out there, especially with business stuff. So a lot of it's just looking at the source, who's the author. So I'll see who wrote it, and then sort of just quick Google search of them, see if they're reputable.
So what makes them reputable? What makes them irreputable?
I just look at other things they've written, see where they went to school, if they're credible, if they have backing, stuff like that.
If it's able to be edited, kind of like Wikipedia. I know a lot of professors say not to use Wikipedia, even though I do use it a lot for information.
Something that makes me a little skeptical, something of obviously a source I haven't seen before. But yeah, just pretty much those things will make me very skeptical and ultimately not trust it.
Trust my mom a lot.
My dad, though, sends me a lot of articles, but I don't know, I read them. They vary in terms of a lot of things he says pretty humorous, not necessarily that serious, so I don't know.
No, that's great, but since your dad sent it to you, do you automatically elevate it a little bit in your mind as something that's trustworthy, or does it have the opposite effect?
I think it's a little bit more of the opposite, because most things he sends are kind of just for humor, a lot of sports-based things, so
That's great.
don't take his stuff too credibly.
The person doesn't matter as much as the news source itself for me.
Obviously, I'm biased towards believing my parents over maybe some person I meet on the street, but you gotta think about where you're getting it from.
The professors, obviously, if that's their focus, then they probably know more about it than your friend who could be kind of ditzy or dopey sometimes.